Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Power Query video series. This is video number 13. In this video, we are going to talk about a very interesting tool, column from example. Without much ado, let's get into the Power Query editor window and let's start exploring about this particular feature. Alright, so this is the file we're going to use for this particular video, which has the details about the tire model, when it was produced, and it has a couple of numerical columns into play. Now, where the column from example comes into action. So I have to literally show you in the Power Query editor window. Let's load this data into the Power Query and let me show you the magic, what we can experience from this particular tool. So I'm going to go ahead and close this input file and opening a new Excel, and I'm going to launch the Power Query editor. So let's go to the data tab, get data, launch Power Query editor. Now in Power Query editor, you need to go to the home tab and we go to the new source and we go to file, Excel workbook, and this is the file we want to connect to. We're going to say import and it's going to ask us which sheet contains the data, sheet 1, and we're going to click OK. And it is pretty straightforward Excel data, so there is nothing much to deal with it in terms of transformation. So I'm going to quickly check the data type settings which has been done for these columns. So let's go to the rightmost side, also check so that everything is perfect. So the promoted headers and the change type step, I'm perfectly fine with it. So what do we want to do here? Okay. So in case if you guys have used Excel's flash fill feature, then this is something which is similar to that. Now let me show you what I'm trying to get it over. Now let's say you could see this tire model area where we got the first is the season and then followed by the code and then followed by other code of the product. Now I want to take only these text which is in the beginning. Ideally, I can use text before delimiter or split the columns by the delimiter and I can take it. But instead of going through that, I can also use the feature which is pretty like, I would not say it's a perfect artificial intelligence tool, but something like that. So let's say I want to select this column from where I want to take the text out of this code, and I'm going to go to my add column because I want to extract this particular text in a separate column. So that's the reason I'm going for add column. And the feature I'm going to go ahead and use is column from example, but it has got a downward arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. There are two choices, from all columns or from selection. I'm going to go for from selection so that only that selected column is taken for the logic. So when I click from selection, you can see there is a checkbox appearing on the top right just next to the header. You can see for all the header, but the one which has the tick mark is the column which we activated it. Now I need to go to the end of it, right extreme, so where I have to give a small sample output. So the text which I want to extract out of this tire model is the word summer. So I'm going to go here and type that word, one sample output, and hit enter, and there we get the magic happen. So precisely instead of me going ahead and choosing the tool text before delimiter, when I just type it, column from example understands from my input what am I trying to do, and then it understood that I'm trying to extract certain text from the code. By referencing a delimiter, it understood and it has used that particular code. So you can see here it has already picked up the respective M function for the particular task here. So once I'm happy with this output, I can simply click OK, and that's gonna get me what I'm looking for. So here I'm going to say I'm going to change the header to seasons, and it's already been taken as a data type as text. Now is that the only thing the column from example can do? So the first task the column from example can do is extracting the required information from the column values. What's the second thing it can do? It can do a case changing operations as well, like uppercase, lowercase, again, for which you already have a tool you don't have to go for it, but I'm just trying to show you that this has the intelligence of all those tools inside one tool. So I'm going to select this column and I'm going to go here and column from example, and I'm going to say from selection, and here I'm going to type for n small letter a n. Probably I don't like this. Wherever this n a n comes in, I want to have it in the capital letter low. When I hit enter, it's still waiting for me because there are other inputs inside this column, the word high. So I go to this cell and I type in capital high. When I hit enter, I want you to watch it. It understood that wherever I see this NAN, I want to replace that to LOW in capital letter. And wherever I have the word high in proper case, it is trying to put it in uppercase. So here it has done two type of work. One is the case changing and other is the condition checking. So let's check out here. You could see here it has done the condition checking part, like your condition column. It has checked it and it has done this particular logic. So it is showing you that this is what the code I am using it behind the scene to get your output. And once you're happy with this output, you can simply click OK, and that is going to be stored. So I'm going to put this as a category revised, and I'm going to show you the last but not the least. Even it can do much more complicated condition checkings as well, but this needs a little bit of effort. But in my opinion, you could directly go for writing conditional formulas or conditional columns, but still your column from example can also do that. That's what I want to show you here. So example, here you can see there's a column called total cost per unit. So I want to put them into two different categories. If it is below 30, I want to put it as low category. Above 30, I want to put it into high category. So I'm trying to see whether the column from example can even handle that logic. So the case changing and the extractions, I would not say that it's a big deal, but this is something we have to check how it reacts to it. So I select the column and I go for column from example from the selection, and it's asking what do you want to do. So I am going to type for the first one, I'm going to type high. So let's say I'm going to type it in capital letter. Now for the other ones I'm not doing it. So let's say even for this one I'm going to type high, but for the value which is less than 30 I'm going to type low, and for this one 31.35. so what I'm trying to do is wherever the things are not coming in the way I expect, I'm literally correcting it. But this is something you cannot do it in flash fill of Excel, because every time when you do that, there are two things you have to take care. The input has to be in a very adjacent column, and then you can't do the things like what am I doing. You cannot go and correct in between. No, it doesn't accept that. So it always takes your first two sample outputs and then goes for the processing. So this is something quite amazing in column from example. So I'm checking out, is it doing it in the way I'm expecting? I would say absolutely. Here I have an issue. 30.42 is supposed to go into the high. Again, I'm going to go ahead and correct it. So as and when I keep correcting it, it's adjusting the logic itself, which you can see it while it's happening. So I'm checking randomly is all good. So everything seems to be perfectly fine. So all right, good to go. So let's check what's the logic it has taken to get my work done. Okay, so let's check out on the top. So the last value which I corrected, it took, that's the reference, base reference, and then it's doing that work. So sometimes people do these kind of formula logics using the column from example, but in my opinion, it's always better to use the right tool for the right requirement. But the best place column from example can help you is when you want to take numbers out of the alphanumeric which doesn't follow any kind of a pattern, and if you want to do a case changing, you can do it, but the options are there which you can explore it. It can also do arithmetic expressions as well, so which I want you guys to explore it and check it out and let me know in the comment section what do you feel about this column from example, just like the flash fill, or can it do something more? If you have used this feature for any other specific requirement, very interesting, very challenging, do share it in the comment section. It'll help our viewers as well as me. I can learn from you. All right, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you have got some inputs regarding the column from examples. What does it do? So the process is you select the column and go for the add column from example from selection and give your sample outputs what you're looking for, and the tool does the rest of the magic. All right, so we'll catch up with another interesting input in the coming up video. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.